What's up, Rip? Isabel Flabby. What up, Lanky? Happy Thursday, fam. Happy pre-Friday. Thursday's a big day. I actually try not to trade on Fridays. Always do. Just like I try not to trade on weekends. But Thursday's a fun day. I feel like it was a fun day today. We'll talk about that in a second. Weekends actually haven't been that bad to play. To be honest, they've just been some defined range. To be honest, weekends, if you kind of center your whole idea around the CME open and close, your plans usually work out. Not always. Nothing's concrete, right? Nothing's perfect. Man. Woof. Thank you, Mark Dakota. Oh, man. I was once in Mykonos with Mark Dakota at a random beach bar. That was amazing. A shout out to Mark Dakota. I know Twitch will definitely copyright mute this on the VOD, but at least I'll show some respect to the artist who I just played. He's dope as fuck. What's up, Trojan? Yo, thank you, Trojan, for that sub. Appreciate that. Mad love. You prime sub. Mad love, Trojan. Regardless here. All right. Bam. Daily's closing okay. The way I kind of see it right now is you got this kind of rounded CA pattern until this breaks, right? Until we make that lower low, we take out one of these wicks even lower. Even we really got to take out this low of 18K, 18.1 until that breaks. We can't be super bearish down here. Now, look, fam, there is something to say when you're scalping and you're taking a short here from 19.4, which I might do if I thought we were going to come down and take that 19.1, 18.1, 18.2K area again. But right now I see, you know, look at this, fam. Little bit of a bear, bull flag going here in the 4 hour. If you ignore the wicks, right? In fact, pretty clean, right? That 4 hour. Look at that. Sometimes it helps to look at the lines. The only problem I have with the 4 hours, the volatility is very low. When the volatility is low, bam, it is not good in a sense of the direction, right? So, you know, you want to see expansion, compression on the volatility. If I don't see that, if I don't see everything lined up, but look, here's the 4 hour RSI. Check this out. We have like a nice little trend here. All right, we got the market maker. So check this. This has been going on for a long time, right? We have the market, what I like to call the kind of market maker clean sweep. Right. So here we go. Long, held this trend line. This is just the 4 hour RSI. You're looking at like overall trend. We're talking about this trend goes all the way back to August 20th, Saturday, 2022. Just August 20th, you know, whatever. A month ago. Okay, now here we are. We've been inching our way up this trend line here. Bounce, deviation. Here's the market maker clean. You know, they called the cleaners right here. Wipe out some stops in the rate hike. And here we are, we're still moving. And now we're looking up. This is the 4 hour RSI. Go to some bigger time frames, fam. What was it? What was that looking? God, it was a weird time frame. 2 week. 2 week. Yes. Okay. Look, let's just back it up, fam. Back it up real quick. And let's look at the 2 week chart. All right, this trend line's not clean. It ain't perfect. Whatever. It's just an idea. Believe it or not, trend lines are often traded on because most people understand and know trend lines. So trend lines exist because of the fact that people actually trade on them and use them, believe it or not. That is the whole idea behind a trend line. It's not actually saying it's 100% probable. If we were to come out here on the 2 week, this is the 2 week chart, fam. If we were to come out here on the 2 week chart, fam, and hit this trend line, it's not like, oh, Savage, we hit that 2 week trend line. You talked about a string 3 weeks ago. Oh my God, I've shorted my life on this. This is not how that works, fam. Okay? RSI doesn't work that way. Volume doesn't work that way. Stochastic, very few, if any, variables or indicators work like that. in this industry, fam. Okay? Nothing is a sure guarantee. In fact, if it was, nobody would need anybody like me or anyone else that decides to teach TA on a daily sensor knowledge. But I just want us all to zoom out here. Here we are on the 2 week, and look at how deep we dropped. We didn't even test it right here. How deep we dropped in this two week trend line. Okay, so we haven't broken over it. There's no reason to be bullish, super bullish as in calling for like 30, 40, 50K for a while. Because just because of the RSI 2 week, you see this, we're just walking sideways. All right, you zoom in here on this 2 week RSI, which means very little to me. But there is confluence here. Okay, there's confluence with things like this. We can zoom in here to the weekly. All right. In fact, here's the weekly. The weekly looks very, very good. I'm not sure if people are paying attention to this, but it doesn't matter to me. It never matters to me. But we have a nice compression on here on the weekly. And if this weekly compression that we're seeing right now, which I can argue a bunch of other variables just tonight on stream, and maybe I'll be able to get to them in the time I'm here that I have allotted in my life to educate you. But there's a lot of variables that suggest this bottom, this little kink right here in weekly RSI could be something we can take advantage of as traders. All right. Is this the macro bottom? Probably not. Probably not, fam. Could it be the macro bottom? Is the macro bottom in? Could it be? For sure, fam. Nobody knows. Maybe we macro bottom that Saturday. I believe it was Saturday afternoon. Maybe it was a Sunday. I believe it was Saturday. Saturday afternoon, I was on a walk with my family. I thought about longing 17.6, but if I longed 17.6, I had sold an hour later when it bounced up to 20K. Because that was a profitable move. All these people, these clout chasers that take this 17.6K trade and act like they catch the bottom and they hold on to it. And, you know, no long has to pay funding right now. But let's say eventually they pay funding or whatever you want to call it. And they just sit there with that trade forever. And it's like a $1 trade. But you never know either way, fam. You know, for me, it's about catching these moves. Like, catch a nice long to 30, 40K. If I see that developing on the charts, possibly similar to what I'm seeing right now. All right. Possibly similar to what I'm seeing right now. Could we make a nice move, aggressive move up here on the RSI? Could we have a decent Q4 on legacy markets? Fam, tomorrow the monthly closes, the Q3 closes. There's a lot of important things that close tomorrow. There's a lot of important things that suggest that we could make it or break it tomorrow in Bitcoin and crypto. Okay? A lot of things. Let's just go ahead down here. We're going to bring back up the bars. Not those bars, candles. And we're going to bring up the daily. Okay? Let's just zoom all the way out to the daily. I know that's hard sometimes. It's been a crazy day. Personally, as a trader, it's been crazy. It's been profitable, luckily for me. It's been profitable. It's been profitable, luckily for me. I had the balls, the bottom of this wick when we dumped into the open. But there's a possibility you could have got crushed at the same time. That's the point of having a stop loss. I actually tried to short this yesterday. We got stopped out there at in the fam. God, why can't 19.7? Having a brain fart there. We got stopped out there at 19.7. But yeah, you know, it was still a nice rejection. You go over here in the 4 hour. You know what I'm talking about here in the 4 hour. A little bit of this bull flag that I'm looking at here looks like a failing bull flag, but we'll see. Whatever. Overnight, right before the close here, we rejected and came down. What I saw to make me short, and a lot of people ask this, like what made you want to short that? Sav, like, we were in a long, you know, what made you want to short this? What'd you start seeing? Well, on this 3 hour print right here, and this 3 hour print right here, it looked juicy, right? Like, it was like, all right, a nice move up. But the volatility was so low and it never increased. I was like, all right, I think we need to start looking for shorts. See how the volatility is hot, 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 and then it decreases on the 3 hour. So this was the 3 hour before the last 3 hour at the daily close yesterday. So then we go into that last 3 hour. We came up here, rejected, and came down. Right now we have this new print, new daily, whatever, and this is what we did. In fact, today, just in price action alone, and if you understand how beautiful this is just some beautiful. It's like art to me. It really is, because if you can catch both moves, which almost caught both moves, fam. Like I said, I was stopped out of my short up here, but if you can catch both moves, fam, you can make a lot of money. Like, just from top to bottom. Now, let's say if you, okay, this is the 3 hour, fam. Okay, the 3 hour over here, the last candle of the 3 hour starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. This is that candle. Okay, so this is the last candle. This is the last 3 hour candle. There's 3 hours in this candle. This is the last 3 hour candle before the daily close. Okay. So here we have this rejection. All right. If you're able to catch some of this rejection, okay, we're not snipers here. We're just talking about some of this rejection. Come up here, sweep the highs right before a new daily print. All right, so let's just check this out. Here it is, rejection. Right here is the new daily print on this candle. Everyone see that? So what happens is now we've made a standard in our high, and we've developed, like, you know, not a range, but like I said, a standard. Like, this is the top. This spot right here. Yo, Wake, thanks for that sub, my man. Z-Wix, thank you for that follow a minute ago. This right here, fam, is like okay, this is what we have to pass go, to pass $200, etc. Monopoly, blah blah blah. But that's my analogy. But point is, this is resistance. So yesterday at the close, the last 3 hour candle, we swept the highs, and we had a nice chance. Let's say you caught it right here and collected right here. Not even perfect. 3% move gain in profit. That's what I was looking at. I saw this compression on the 3 hour. All right, on this volatility indicator. We're going to get rid of the RSI. This doesn't matter for this argument. We'll even get rid of the stochastic. Doesn't matter for this argument. Okay. This double window here. I don't know, that's gonna trip okay, there we go. All right, so we had this compression right at the close. So I was looking for a short, saw this compression here. high volatility, compressed. There it is. There's the short opportunity. Now you take the short. Now bears are in control until we pass that. Right? So right now, the bulls, all they've tried to do, they've come down here. This now, again, is an important level. This is the weekly open. Right? Came down here, bounced it perfectly. By the way, use your Spaceman BTK. Use your Spaceman Bitcoin key levels for free on TradingView to see that. Anyways, we came down here, we tested the weekly open. Right? Boom. And now they're just trying to pick a move. Now, why do I think up is the answer? Like, look, fam. Now that was just basic price action tutorial. This level goes on forever, but because it's the weekly. But either way, I think tomorrow we're gonna go zoom out again. My argument. This is my argument. Get at me, all right? Why do I keep doing that? Here's the monthly. We have 20K. What is it? The monthly open is $20,000 and $20,050. Okay. $20,050. We're not far from that. We're literally $500 from 19.4. I think it's important to understand that Bitcoin has held up very well this month compared to the S&P. Here's the S&P alone. Top to bottom. Okay, I'm talking about sexy 12%. 12% today. Excuse this. It's a whole nother lesson, fam. 12% on this monthly. To this point, top to bottom, Bitcoin is down 20%, but 14%. Look at this huge bottom wick that the S&P just does not have. Okay, you see that? No wick on the bottom. Bitcoin holding like a champ. All right. We have 1 day from this monthly close. I think it's bullish. Is this still rolling? Still refreshing? All right, good. I think it's still bullish short term. And a lot of the things that suggest that is bullish short term is volatility is increasing. All right. Daily's green. We have a rounding out shape here. Short term. We're talking about short term pump here. Rounding out shape here. I could totally see some type of scam pump like this down here. And then we blow off. So you have to be so careful. I've told a lot of people I've been very afraid to long the 18K area. It's like leverage long it for scalps. I've been, oh my goodness, it's been scary as fuck. But either way, we got this rounding shape. That's like a general TA aspect, like a daily. We're talking about the daily. Look at this nice round hook. You can just see it. It's if I was gonna clean it up and actually make you a nice round cup, right? Something like this. Bam. So there's a lot of things that suggest that this could break out to the upside. Very clean, rounded shape. regardless, the volatility is low. Move is coming. We don't know the direction of the move. I can only give you my best educated guess, the best experience I have in this market. And I use okay, perfect example is I use tether dominance, right? Like US dollar token tether dominance. It's super important. Like you just see the history in this one alone. I think we've come across, unfortunately, another one of these points where we have low volatility here, right? And we could get another pump coming from tether. So we have to really like play every time frame. Look at the 2-day. Low volatility, but that is just an ugly 2-day, fam. Like it's hard to read on the volatility. Same thing with Bitcoin. Like here's the 2-day, right? Like no volatility on the 2-day. This is actually, from all my experience, this is generally a bullish candle with the flat volatility on the 2-day. 2-day is closing today. That's really the only big time frame that's closing today. Daily 18-hour has a really nice look. People like 18-hour. Okay, here, look. This is what you want to see, right? Look at this compression on the 18-hour. This huge compression on the volatility. Compress. It's like perfect too. It's like a stairway to hell, right? A stairway, blah, 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 blah. And then look at this. Boop. Who's that showing up there at the bottom of those steps? Who is that showing up there at the bottom of those steps? Who is it? The bulls. The bulls. Look at this candle. There it is. The bulls are showing up at the bottom of the steps, fam. The Bingx accumulating awake. Twiggy, Zeloff, Dax, what's up, my man? Lat. Hey yo. Sam, what's up? Thank you for that sub. I didn't even see Sam. Oh my goodness, I'm just the worst. Wow, I'm the absolute worst. Absolute. Regardless. So I've been watching this 18-hour like crazy. It's really the only tell on my volatility indicator. I work time as in, I mean, look at all these time frames like I have. Like, if you think about like a month is made up of this 1 month candle is made up of 4 weeks. This 1 month candle, fam, is made up of 4 weeks that we're looking at right here. It's made up of 4 weeks, 2 bi-weeklies. It's made up of 3 10 days, usually 2 15 days. But that's a lot of different things, a lot of different time frames that could tell you a lot of different they're kind of chapters in a giant book, right? Like, so every small little time frame makes up the monthly book, right? Like, so all those small time frames are chapters in this book. They're going to tell you like the bigger picture. Okay, so you just look at this monthly, you're like, all right, cool, this monthly looks bearish right now, but like, how can I break this monthly down just in candles alone? Like, not even talking about indicators. We're not talking about like using an EMA, MA. We're not talking about any of that stuff right now. Just looking at a single candle, right? Like a price action standpoint. Here's a monthly, right? Then you go down here and like, okay, we got 4, believe it or not, like here's the 4 week. Look at the difference between a 4 week and a monthly. A 4 week is pretty different. It's kind of crazy how that plays out, right? Like, and Bitcoin's constantly going. It's 24/7. And Christmas, on Hanukkah, all the Hanukkah holidays, Thanksgiving. Here's a 2 week, and then there's like I said, 4 weeks, and there's a 20-day in a month, and then there's all these different like time frames will tell you kind of like, okay, like, so what can I break down? Like today I saw, like, even simply the 4-hour today is a kind of a really clean look. It's like kind of flaggy, I guess I would say. Like, it's very flaggy. And then we could see an expansion here. We could definitely see an expansion here if they want to take it up. I feel like it's heavy, but man, you see how Bitcoin's holding up today, like against the S&P. Um, 4 hour, and then if you're like a scalping on a day to day, which is like what I've been trying to get better at on a daily basis in the last God, God, it feels like forever, but it's really been I've been trying to scalp on a uh better guess for almost a year. It's crazy when you go from the large time frames and you just take swing longs and you wait and you're patient versus you have the urge to take a trade, be in a trade, take advantage of the market. I mean, just today alone, fam, was like awesome. I like really, and it was nice. Like it was profitable. The volatility was nice. You look at it, you break it down to the 1 hour. You got 24 1 hours in a day. That's a lot of things that could happen. I think like we're just talking about the daily opens right here, right? So we talked about that huge rejection. Rush here. Right here's the daily open. We're just like, there it is, the rejection. It's like if you just kept taking short, stop loss here, short here, collect TP, short here, TP, short here, TP, and then you could have, or you could just took a nice long at weekly open, and TP probably here or here on a scalp basis. We're just talking about scalps, but like the volatility was really nice, and in that sense, it was. I don't know. I enjoy these crazy times. I also like knowing the trend, like just the fact that like over the last 5 years doing this stuff, I'm so much more knowledgeable, and I understand like, okay, like these aren't the best times. Like I wasn't even a person that was into big economic stuff as far as rate hikes, but I learned as soon as that stuff mattered. And I think people need to do the same thing. You can't just expect crypto to go up forever without um, general pullbacks. And not only were we due for a pullback in crypto, if the markets were healthy, if we were still in a 14-year uptrend, I think that Bitcoin is now seeing the consequences of like a recession, and these times are different, and so it's important to understand what rate hikes do, bond prices do, general economics to the U.S. dollar. Although I speculate a lot on the U.S. dollar's total influence on Bitcoin. I do believe it has an influence on Bitcoin. I don't think it's directly correlated, for example, another currency, which is good. Which is good for Bitcoin. Like, is it the pound? No, it's not the pound. It's not the euro. It's not um uh, the ruble. It's on its own path. I think that's cool. A lot of advantages of this. I think we could expand here, fam. This is what I want to see. I want to see us take back 20K, hold that monthly level. Super important. Um, yeah, I don't know. I love this shit. I really do, and especially when I get to talk about it. If I'll tell you what, if I was just some nobody or what, and I am a nobody, I actually am a nobody, but if I was just more of a nobody and I only had like two viewers or three viewers or 10 viewers, whatever, I would still love to talk to somebody else about this stuff than talk to myself about it, because I'm constantly going through my head, and I'll speculate some of the stuff I know, and I think it's important to express how you trade, how you view the market, what you see, just only to warn people, to educate people, to make other people better, allow other people to learn from your mistakes. Uh, this stuff's crazy. Like on a daily basis, it's crazy, but it could be a lot of fun. Uh, and I think when you have a team or you have a bunch of people you can do it with, it makes it only better. That's just how I feel. Yo, Ruthless, thank you for that follow. Yo, Zeloff, thank you for that sub. Thank you. By the way, Awake, thank you for 2 months, Awake. Thank you. Cheers, Awake. So, like, if you're just talking about the 1 hour, the 1 hour is a completely different story than like the daily, for example, right? The 1 hour could be bullish and the daily could be bearish. The daily could be bullish and the weekly could be bearish. The weekly could be bullish and the monthly could be bearish. Like, there's just, I mean, does anybody, no one's really talking about it. I'm sure we'll start hearing about it in the next 24 hours. I'm sure we'll start seeing the tweets about it now. The fucking quarterly closes tomorrow, fam, on the S&P. The fucking quarterly, like, we're not just talking about a small time frame here, fam. This is 3 quarters of the year. I hate to delete this chart, but fuck it. This is the quarterly right now. I mean, what are we talking about? This is not, it's practically wickless at the bottom of this quarterly. What's crazy is I have a stream up from 3 months ago at the 6-month close telling you how, yes, we did hold the 6-month level, right? But if you go back in history, fam, right, and you see how these things work out. Let's go. Wait. Went way too far back in history here. I forgot this was the 3 month. You're like, okay. And I think it's important to do this. Like, this is the benefit of TradingView. You just got the replay thing. And these are the 3 month candles, fam. I'm gonna do it fast because we don't have all night. These are the 3 month candles. All right, like bearish. All right, bearish. Okay, all right, guys. New highs. I mean, this is after an up only market for 25 years. 25 years. That was 25 years. Besides the black market crash in '87, Black Swan event, whatever you want to call it. It was a credit event. Right, so it's important to like watch these 3 month candles. Okay, there's the bounce, fam. There it is, right there. This is the .com bubble, by the way. Here's the bounce. So this is, I mean, where are we in this market? This is insane. And if we do have lower, we're definitely gonna see lower for crypto. It's just about when does it want to go lower for crypto. It's like, it's not always on our time. Look at this. Oh, lows are in, fam. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love it. It's like watching a movie. There we go. 9/11. By the way, did you guys know that 9/11, I think, topped 9/11 was like the top of the dollar? You guys know that? Oh god damn. All right, like, got the point, right? Like, watch these candles play out, like how these are 3 month candles. So like, it's a 3 month time period playing out on that replay that you just saw there that I was showing you, for example. Now, check this out, fam. All right, the DXY, the Dixie. All right, let's go to the 5-day. The Dixie is the God, check this out. All right, check out the Dixie 12 month. All right, so we'll just, all right, right, like, we're looking at this chart. We'll just pretend we don't know this is the dollar. We don't know this the DXY chart. We don't know it. Like, we just don't know, right? We don't know it's a low time frame or a high, extremely high time frame. Excuse me. We pretend it's a low time frame, and on this DXY, you have this like crazy. Bounce, right? So the dollar bottomed at, we're talking about 77. We're January 7th, 2006, 2007, 2008. All right. and then we have this falling wedge, and then we break out, we retest it, and then we just chop through the 2010 to now, and then now we're really popping off. But if you go back to the DXY, all right, the 5 month, not the 5 month, excuse me, the 5 day. All right, it's got an interesting date, I would say. All right, so let's go back over here. It's the .com bubble. Get rid of that giant wedge stuff. It's got like a nice 3 drive. This is the 5 day, fam. So it has a, it's a decent time frame. It's like the weekly, a little bit smaller than weekly. It's got a 3 drive sell pattern here at the top. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to put up 9/11 on this calendar. All right. I want to show you. All right, so what like events can do to influence. Is this it? Yeah. This is 9/11. Okay. RIP. All the people that died that day. First off, I'm not even fucking around with that shit. I'm over here. We're not even, rest in peace. But this is September 10th, the day before 9/11. All right, we could break it down here. So this is really 9/11. This bounce, right? Dollar had topped, coming down to a crash. 9/11 happened. Literally the bottom. We had a nice swing up. Now, this is the last time the dollar was up in the range that we're in right now. That's why this is important, okay? I just thought this date was interesting in this bounce here. Look at this bounce. We double topped, whatever, 3 drive sell pattern is what I saw here. Double topped, retest the trend line, whatever you want to call it. Crashed, the dollar crashed. We haven't been up here since. This is 2001, 2002, okay? So here we are, we're up here now. We're basically right around here. All right, so I'm hoping for a rejection here. At this area, we come back down here, and these swings are big. These swings are big. We're looking at price swings, fam, of the dollar, which we're seeing like a pump in equity of 6%. And it doesn't always correlate to a direct pump in equities, but 8%. And we're talking about shorts on the other side, 7%. I mean, these are big swings. And then after that, you got a nice 14% swing. So you have all these opportunities coming up that you normally wouldn't have. And let's say, for example, this is the 5 day, right? We're going to go back over here to the month. Sorry, the 12 month, the yearly. Zoom out. Look at that wedge again. That falling wedge chart, falling wedge, right? We break out, for example, this. So this was interesting because this was 12 years of the stock market going up, right? But really this doesn't, what is it? This sideways action to this sideways action was up only. Dollar bottom, right? Dollar bottom, 2008. Topped. Sorry, top, sorry. Topped. Bottom, 2008. Sideways. This is really up only. I mean, although this was the bottom of the stock market, this 10-year period was a recession. So we haven't even, what my biggest point here is that we haven't even started seeing this correction here on the dollar, on the yearly. And when that comes, let's hope it's here. Let's say it comes higher. Let's say it comes back to that 84, 85 area, whatever. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. We all don't know what's going to happen. Let's say we go up here. Let's say we go up here. Doesn't really matter. Point is when we start to correct here, this correction right here will start the next 10, 15 year up only in the stock market, which will be up only crypto, which will be a good thing. But right now, as I see it here, unfortunately, again, are we pumping? I love it. This is how I see it. This is where we're at. We're literally, okay. Right? This is it. You apply that now. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. I won't even get into all the things, but I got an interesting DJI chart that suggests, it's a 50-year DJI chart, that suggests this could be, if we somehow make it to a positive, I believe, if we have a green year next year, this could all have been a fake out. So that's kind of an interesting chart for like 1947. But, you know. But look at this. This is the yearly S&P, fam. We're seeing the lows for the second month in a row. The last day of the month. I mean, and then here we have Bitcoin. Doing pretty well. Look at the monthly. Pretty well. I mean, that's impressive. That's really impressive. I thought by now we'd be at 14K. I mean, look at the S&P. If you told me right now that Bitcoin right here on the low was 19K, and then that Bitcoin right here was 19K again, I would laugh in your face. Honestly, like, come on, fam. Like, oh my God. I'm not even joking. Like, the price, what is it, the 3 month? Is it the 3 month? I think it's the 3 month. The 3 months is what I should be talking about. So the 3 months right here. This right here to here. Like, fuck, man. So this is the 6 month level. It's kind of crazy. And Bitcoin held that last minute by Sam shit. The Bitcoin level. All right, that's right. There. And then if you look, or sorry, S&P, and then here's the Bitcoin one. 6 month. Just the top of that wick. So it's holding that, it's holding this like a champ. But I don't think this is like the macro lows. I mean, I'm looking up. I mean, I know you guys all heard me talk about, wow, this is a lot of information right here. Bitcoin dominance right here, right? So Bitcoin dominance bounce. If that's what we're doing right now, the charts suggest we're going to just have this happen here, which is, I don't know what I posted up last time. You know, something like that. Would that make sense? Well, I don't, you know, not perfect. Maybe. Does Bitcoin dominance bounce? Might make sense. Might make sense. I mean, I do a lot of research on this shit. Speaking of research, I do a lot of research on music. Better than listening to me all the time talk. Have it shut. I like talking to myself too. You guys know that? Oh, this is it. Go. I ain't messing around now. I ain't messing around. Yo, thank you, Pablo. Aruclis, thank you for that follow. Pablo, thank you for that follow. Appreciate all you, fam. Really do. Maybe it's a little more like this. That would be nice, right? Like, maybe we get a little bounce like that. There's a lot more control. Binance owns like, dude, Binance owns 600. The last time I checked, over 600,000 Bitcoin. I mean, can't imagine how much CZ's been buying since the dip. Since the last time Savage checked those numbers. You can't imagine how much that motherfucker has been buying since I checked those numbers. I'm not even lying. I probably checked those numbers months ago. Yo, accumulating. I appreciate that though. I like music though. I do like music. I do like music. I can't wait till like I can just like burn on stream and be like, you know, just have like my B load. Yo, Dax, what's up? Yeah, Dax. I would like to think that. But it's, you know, it's exciting times because I think there's just a lot of opportunities. Really, like, think about this, right? Let's say this was 6K 5 years ago. Let's say we have to wait another 5 years. Let's say we have to wait another 3 years, 5 years for like, we're talking about like 50K Bitcoin. Let's say the worst case scenario, we have to wait 3 years for 50K Bitcoin again, just to see it again. If that's the case, fam, right? Then you're not pissed about buying 19K Bitcoin. I'm 30% in a spot position right now. I have, could we see lower? You're damn right we could see lower. But I'm not gonna fade this level. No one that bought 6K in 2018 is upset right now, unless they had paper hands and they sold on the COVID dip. So, you know, that's what, you know, keep things in perspective. I'm going big on Sol. I'm going big on Solana, fam. Going mad on Solana. It's that time of night, fam. I gotta go take care of, go sing songs to my daughter. I appreciate all you. Mad love. I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully for New York Open. I'm hoping.